Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So Lamar Jackson, in his second season, the Heisman Trophy winner of 2016, leading the Ravens onto the field. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And his first pass is incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. That'll bring up second down. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
And the Baltimore Ravens pride themselves on being physical on offense. One reason why? Perennial Pro Bowl guard Marshall Yanda, who played his first 16-game season since 2015 and 2018. And when he's right, the Baltimore offense rolls.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On the return is Peterson. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. They'll be led out by Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in April's draft, and also the Heisman Trophy winner out of Oklahoma.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions. And get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 18 carries, 55 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week. It's a pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
David Johnson on his way, 20. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse. And we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
We're all looking forward to watching David Johnson bounce back from a rough season in 2018 because we know he has 2,000-yard potential. 1,000 on the ground, 1,000 in the air. And with a new offensive-minded coach in Arizona, look for his numbers to truly increase in 2019.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up. A 4th down. On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
From the 17, Jackson gets this one to Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. These 5th-rounders, and to use him as an example, maybe you take a little bit of a flyer on someone, hope you hit goal.
Exactly, because when you get into the 5th round, you're usually not counting on him to become a starter right away. But we've seen so many times 5th, 6th, 7th, undrafted free agents who come in and make their way, and in a big way.
They had it, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
And this one through the uprights and good. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Draw play. Edmonds. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Ravens. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 41, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 1, Murray. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL. These big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M. Then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 3. Check 1 3. 48
Murray to air it out again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
You think you won't get that? You think you won't get that?
Throwing again, Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Murray. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. After one, a 14-3 ball game. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again, we get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag.
Let's go. 48 month. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
From the gun, Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That's the way. Check 24. Check 20.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Murray and company going for it on 4th, and that is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The sack by Terrell Suggs.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. A first down carry here for Johnson. A timeout here as we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Now Murray off play action. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surge. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter. There's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. From the 22, Murray. And incomplete. It's dropped by his tight end, Charles Clay. And it's 3rd and 5.
It's 3rd down.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And avoids the contact.